Hello, hello, hello.
Good evening. Ooh, I'm getting an echo. Let's see that.
Hello.
Hello.
How are things?
Are we still having an echo?
I think that was just done my end.
I see.
I believe the Twitch stream being up might have done something weird.
Right.
But I muted it using the powers of the clicking.
You should post a link to your stream. What am I saying? Words.
Yes, let's get that together right now. Let's see. I'm picking up the Discord as well. Oh, we don't need to wait for the magic to begin. The magic has begun. Ah, there we are.
Is that tickle corn I see?
That's a stabby you see there too.
R.I.P.
Sakota 777,
Oh, dear.
welcome. Yes, we have classes and we don't have subclasses yet. We're not quite there yet, but we have dreams and aspirations, don't we, everyone?
Yeah.
Let's see here. Let's go ahead and do a little advertising. Really spam the shit out of every single Discord channel I'm on.
So how do we all feel about existing in a post-stabby world?
Who is Stabby? I don't know who this
Disappointing.
person is. What are you talking about?
Stabby was our bosom companion for like an evening.
Sounds
But
like
then
a fever dream to me. You should seek some professional help.
I have been severely injured with probably several blows to the head, so
So let's just go ahead and just delete this random person that was there. Who was that? I don't even know.
What even is a stabby?
That's right. What is it? Is that some type of position that you do when you get really, really drunk? Who knows?
I don't know. I'm still Team Meepo, so
Ah, yes. Well, Meepo is definitely there. He's definitely not wearing a shirt, so he's game for anything.
That's what we like to hear.
Right. Team Meepo all the way.
nothing like a well-oiled kobold.
That's right. They do get quite ashy.
There's so many kobolds in here.
I don't think you really understand.
They're just gonna start crawling out of the walls and
That's right.
floors and everything.
They're gonna do a little Oompa Loompa song and everything.
Oh God.
That's right. Quite unsettling, isn't it?
Yes.
Oh, you didn't even see my little friend here. Oh, hello. Well, we're about to read a little story, yes. Now, do we have everyone here? Let me see. What do we have? Who's in the chat right now? Let's take a look here. Yes, no. Number one.
Looks like we are still missing one Alex, unless they're both sharing a microphone.
It is possible they could be. They're both muted right now, so they might not be sharing any microphone.
I suspect they're conspiring against us all.
Oh, I always suspect that. Oh, yeah.
And clearly you offended them by...
Be gone!
Away with your simple banishment spell. Take care of that nonsense right there.
I didn't mean it like that. Jeez.
That's how they took it. How about
Well, there's
now?
one Alex.
What say you, Alexei?
Hello.
Greetings.
Ooh. Ooh.
Get the stream manager up here. Into my office. There we are.
You need to lock. on incognito.
That's right. Just put it on the porn setting, please. We won't tell them about that Alex's.
Meepo After Dark.
That's right.
Enemies?
Not a BDSM podcast.
Yes, yes.
Did you write it down somewhere?
Get to the right page here. And we can begin our tale. As soon as the Alexi are one
He's-
with us.
Leave me alone.
One Alex would like to be left alone.
I mean, Matt, I'm saved on your other laptop, so you can just play as me.
That's not how that.
I'd have to go dig that laptop out. I don't even know where it is. I think it might be up in Brooke's study area, maybe.
In the sands of time.
So
Long gone. I didn't even realize there's dead bodies back where we were at before.
It's open.
Spooky.
Mm.
Actually, I did see some of those.
There was one of them impaled into a wall.
I remember that one.
Yes.
There were an abundance of skeletons.
Skelly boys.
Indeed.
Indeed.
So it sounds like are we all ready to go? Are we all here?
this is getting himself set up.
Okay. Well, let me bring out the book and I'll do a brief recap here. Because of the increasingly strict drug laws that began to be implemented in the 1960s, aficionados have looked for new possibilities for obtaining a legal oh wait. Hang on. We were reading from the Encyclopedia of Psychoactive Plants, yes?
Yes, where does Meepo come in that?
I mean-
Chapter 5.
Meepo, commonly seen after
Hang on, let's see
consuming...
here. What do we have here? Ah, Tales from the Yawning Portal. Of course, yes. Ah, so where we left off with our merry band of adventurers. This group of ne'er-do-wells had met in Oakhurst, and you heard the complaints of a few townspeople there, namely Barkeep and the mayor. It seems as though the mayor has been engaging in some very unsavory activities with some goblin folk nearby, some underhanded transactions, if you will. You know, it is G-rated, you know, but nothing too obscene there. But he is buying little apple seeds, whatever the hell that means, whatever the street slang is for apple seeds. But apparently, whenever he plants these seedlings, they sprout and then they're gone the next day. It's as if someone has taken them or what have you, you know. But the people of the town quite upset. The mayor keeps engaging in these deals, so much so that they hired a group of adventurers to go and investigate. These adventurers have disappeared, and the barkeep has tasked you, or rather, the mayor has tasked you to go and locate these adventurers and possibly get your money back or get his money back. So off you go to the Sunless Citadel, the little ragtag group that you are. As you approach the Sunless Citadel, you are beset upon by many a giant rat, and as you go probe deeper, you find that the Citadel is plagued with kobolds, little dragon men. One of them is your new little pal, Meepo. Meepo sounds as though he has been in a position of great honor, but he has recently become dishonored because he has lost Calcarix, the clan dragon. Calcarix he says that he's just a pet dragon. The group is they're quite reluctant to help at first, mostly because they feel that Calcarix has been enslaved by these kobolds. But reluctantly they go along, and Meepo brings them to Usadril, the leader of the clan. Usadril, let me go ahead and show you a picture of her. See here. I have to slow down. I have to remember to slow down because I have the coronavirus. To take
Oh,
deep
no.
breaths. Deep breaths. Might even take off this hat, might even turn on a fan. In fact, I'm going to turn on a fan right now because I am getting a bit overheated. Excuse me, everyone.
Do you have your camera on
I
in
do.
roll 20?
If you saw my camera on the Twitch stream, you noticed that my hair is stuck inside my headphones. It's quite embarrassing. So much so that I'm going to turn off the camera right now so I can unveil this.
I disabled dark mode for a second, and I like hissed at my computer.
Oh, yes. There we are.
In Discord or
Roll 20.
I'll run it through my head.
oh, terrifying.
Yeah.
I would
Roll
never
20's
disable it on Discord.
Yeah, Roll20's dark mode is a huge improvement for a lot of people, I feel.
Yeah, I mean, it looks significantly better in every way, like beyond just being dark.
There we are.
Aha!
Yes.
Ominous.
Gaze upon me. Yes. Know me. Let's see.
Dream.
There we are. Have you all seen the orb? The orb of mystery. It's quite mysterious. No one knows. Ah, yes, but
Spooky.
so this is Citadel right here. She is quite full of herself, and she's sitting on what appears to be a throne of rocks. Ah, yes. Courtesy of Matt. Hello. Thank you for joining. Yes. Hope you enjoy yourself. We're about to watch a group of 5 adventurers get murdered horribly. I mean, no, we're going to watch them succeed and rule the day. Yes. So, but you are all approaching Usadril on her throne. Usadril is. Let me go back to the little chapter here. A short throne stands near the west wall, constructed of fallen bits of masonry stacked against an old altar. On the top of the altar sits a variety of small items. The portion of the altar that serves as the throne's back features a carving of a rearing dragon. A metallic key is held firmly in the dragon's open jaws. As you approach Usadril, she says, "Ah, Meeple. What have you brought me today, adventurers?" And Meepo sheepishly approaches. Let me see here. Let me actually get to where I can make Meepo sheepishly approach. Ah, there he is. Meepo! Meepo, get your ass up here, boy.
The true hero of the story.
True hero. Nips a-blazing. Meepo approaches and said, Usadril, me find adventurers. Adventurers say they help us get Calcarex back from Goblinkind. You talk to adventurers, you tell them what they do, and they help us, yeah? What say you, adventurers?
I would literally do anything for Meepo right now, so.
You know, that's good because I think it's a mutual thing. I think Meepo would do anything for you so long as you get him his dragon back.
Hell yeah. That's what I'm about.
Theodore steps in between and goes, adventure. And he kind of like fans his hands out and colors sparkle in the air.
Usadril looks at Theo and says, yes, you are adventurers, yes?
He's going to like, with a very, very like kind of showmanshipy kind of gestures, just be like, yes, the greatest adventurers. All across
the jazz hands.
Basically, like there's a lot of jazz hands happening, and there's a lot of like prestidigitation, making colors fly throughout the air, or lights, I think is the spell I have.
Could Theodore give me a performance check, please?
I suppose I could do that. This is either this is pretty par for the course here. Let's see here. Where's my performance? Aha!
Sorry, you weren't meant to see that. Oh my. Oh, I'm embarrassed.
I
Oh,
missed it.
it's okay. That's just it had something to do with dragons. Don't worry. But yes, that's a wonderful performance check right there. Excellent. Yes. She is dazzled by you. She said, "Oh, you must be great adventurers then. Oh, surely you help us. You get us. You bring glory back to our clan. Might even rid us of our goblin problem. Yes."
Theodore like puts a hand to his chin, like in a thinking gesture. Goes, "Yes, yes. I think this could be a good adventure. This could be one for the storybooks, and this happens to be in line with our other adventure." Somewhat, kind of says that under his breath a little bit.
Yes, yes. What's let me see if she can actually hear what you're saying there. One moment here. Yes. Doesn't hear a word of that. Doesn't know what the hell you just said. She just knows that you are mighty adventurers, and you definitely have some skills since you're doing such magical feats right there.
Theodore kind of like flexes his arm a little bit and then like inspects his hand. It's like, adventurer comes at a cost, though.
Ah, yes, yes, you want great reward, yes. The temple has many rewards here, and we will be happy to share with you, yes?
Theodore kind of like kicks a little rock on the ground a little bit. It's like, okay, yeah.
Yes, yes, yes. We give you all the rocks you need, yes?
Hesitant thumbs up, like big fan of rocks, but
Or
shiny ones.
perhaps something a bit more like this? And she gestures to the rather large metallic key that is resting in the dragon's jaws above her head.
I don't know what that is, but it looks shiny, and I like shiny things.
It's a key. They used them to unlock things like doors.
Ah, you must be the smart one of the group. Yes.
I took a class in, monastery. Yes.
Yes, yes. The key opened many secrets in this hidden temple. Temple to a great dragon has many jewels, many treasure. Treasure can be yours if you help us, of course.
Theodore
Well,
nods
of
to himself,
course.
looks around at the group at large.
Usadrill also looks around, optimistic that the two of you have agreed.
I kind of give Meepo like a gentle noogie on the top of his head. It's like, yeah, how can you not want to help this little guy out?
As you do so, Meepo's right leg begins to shake rapidly.
All right, that's pretty cute right there.
Gotta be careful. Meepo is gonna get unreasonably attached to you.
As you do that, Meepo says, "Please stop!"
I stop after a little while.
Mrs. Feathers, I believe, Thea, is it Theodora? I'm sorry, Theodora, I always screw up. Thea Bell, excuse me. Once Theodore and Thea Bell perfect their fusion dance, then we will truly have Theodora. But only until then. So, Thea Bell, Merlin, what say you? And Miss
I'm
Feathers.
out of character. Just clarification. What do I say in response to this?
Yes, to this task of adventure right here.
I um I don't say anything. I just kind of I'm just kind of there. I'm just kind of watching this all unfold.
Yes.
Very sort of blank face.
A wallflower, true and true. Yes. And what of our young little rogue friend here? What say you?
Baron is ready for adventure, and he quietly sidles up to a friend, grunting in a wonderful manner to acknowledge that he's ready to go.
Wonderful. And, of course, how could we forget the wonderful Ms. Feathers?
Um, Miss Feathers is feeling cautiously optimistic and still has a slight distrust of Meepo. Sorry, guys.
I would like to roll insight to know if she distrusts Meepo, because this is definitely going to come between us.
Yes, please roll insight. Miss Feathers, can you please roll a wisdom check, please?
Oh, yeah.
I have no idea.
If anything, that was such a horrible roll right there that you proceed to go and touch Mrs. Feather's navel. You sick bastard, you. Why are you always in people's navels?
Theodore is
Do birds have
inspecting very
navels?
curiously. That's a great question.
The general area where a navel would be on an owl.
Theodore is
Owl
trying to find out the answer to that question right now.
Yes.
Oh, gosh. Mrs. Feathers is slightly confused.
It's a voyage of
Rightly
scientific
so.
discovery.
Rightly so. I'll take that. That's an insight. It doesn't matter. He failed so horribly that he poked you in the belly button.
After poking you in the belly button, Theodore stands up and gives you like 2 really big thumbs up and is like, "I knew you liked Meepo as much as the rest of us."
Yes, yes. So,
Feathers
Usadrill
grumbles.
looks around and says, "So, she doesn't sound like me. I apologize. So, you agreed? We will take you to where the goblins are. Meepo will, of course, be your guide, should you wish him to be."
Theodore stands in the back with like big thumbs up and like shaking his head, like nodding his head very, very actively.
Absolutely.
Excellent, excellent. Do you need equipment? Perhaps something to eat along the way? We'd be happy. We just killed a giant rat. You're welcome to have some of our rat, should you desire.
I think I'm gonna pass on the giant rat. I got some good berries if anyone's interested. That might be a little tastier at any rate.
Mrs. Feathers is also passing as she just had some delicious old-time watermelon.
Excellent, excellent. So,
Tasty, tasty.
the let me direct you down the hall right there, and then she goes ahead and she points, and these guards that are over here, they kind of step out of the way. Meepo knows the way, of course. Takes you to this door. Let me see here. And goes ahead, opens the door. He has actually a series of keys on him, and he unlocks the door. Takes him a while to do so, just as it takes me a while to actually use the reveal function in Roll20. Aha, here we are.
Ooh.
Yes. It's quite a room, isn't it? Yes, yes.
Theodore peeks around the pillar expectantly.
So as you peek around the pillar, you can't help but notice that the other kobolds, they are standing at the ready as if something is going to come pouring out of that room. Excuse me for 1 second. COVID coughing break. Oh,
Dealing with COVID. That's a feat.
I was cursed by COVID. It was horrible. Oh yes. Oh wait, hold on. You didn't see the shirt. Hang on, wait. I've got the shirt on. Yes. Single. Taken. No. Quarantined. Yes. Hang on, that took too much out of me.
I love it.
Oh. There we are. Okay. So, we are going to. At the other end of a 20-foot long corridor is another closed door. Meepo holds up a hand of caution and points down on the floor. You can't help but notice that the floorboards, they seem a little bit loose, and he directs you to walk around them. a discerning eye can see that there is a very, very in-depth trap that is over here. So as you sneakily approach here, let me go ahead and reveal a little bit more. So Meepo says, I know go from here. I take you to where you need to go, but the goblins, they're too many. You go now. And he directs you to, there is a section of the wall that has a loose stone upon it. Meepo starts slowly walking back.
What's the loose stone do?
It's secret passage.
Oh, cool.
Just when you press, you'll be ready.
Ready for what?
Goblins.
Trap.
Oh, okay.
Can I peek down this area like while I go past it?
Of course you may. You have free reign of the kobold area. So you want to go and look down? Do I say it is down this way right here? Oh, let me ping. Excuse me. There we are. Go ahead and just reveal that for you. Aha! It's a secret passageway that takes you back to where you came. What you see down here, these little black boxes, these are actual rooms. You're more than welcome to peek in there if you wish before we go ahead.
Yeah, why not? If they're not going to get upset about it, I'll do that.
Okay, so there is one room. There's a couple rooms here. Let me go ahead and ping for you. So, go ahead. There is a room here. And there is a room here. And there's 3 rooms down here. There are additional ones. There's about 1, 2, 3, 4 other rooms that are up here.
And is this another archway at the end of a...
That is another room down there, yes, too. Lots of... You don't even need to do an investigation check. There is a lot of noise coming from that room. And something smells delightful in there, too, actually.
It smells like rat.
It does.
Well then.
Which room shall Theobald go into?
I'll take a gander down there.
Down this way. So, let me tell you what you see here. You poke your head in, and you see. Here we are, right? 4 small humanoids are shackled by thick rusted chains attached to a large iron spike set in the floor. Several broken weapons and sundered shields lie in one corner. And I will go ahead and reveal this to you. This appears to be 4 goblins chained to a single spike.
Oh! Well, I found where they keep the prisoners.
Theodore is still like intently staring down the hallway that like Meepo pointed out.
As the goblins see this mighty woman appear, they cower in fear.
Someone remind Mrs. Feathers if goblins are good or bad in this particular place we are in.
Mrs. Feathers, in this particular instance, the goblins have been ripping off a town, allegedly ripping off a town.
Okay.
Some goblins can be nice. You don't want to be really racist towards goblins, but it is unfortunately said that most goblins are kind of dicks.
Thank you.
Our original mission was to investigate the goblins stealing from the town too, right? And that
Yes.
the missing adventurers.
Yes, indeed.
Are we allowed to ask these goblins if they know anything about the missing adventurers?
I mean, you're more than welcome to try. You have free reign.
How would Mrs. Feathers go about that?
You'll walk right in and say, "Hey, how are y'all doing?"
Oh,
Oh, you can't
Invisible
go in there,
walls.
can you? Hang on. Let me. There you are. You are through the breach. Yes.
It looks like there's still like a thin black line of unexposed space there. That might be why it's blocked.
Ah. No, it's got something to do with the doors in Dungeon
Mm.
Alchemist. You have to actually have open doors when you build the map. There you are. So the owl. Let me go ahead and make this accurate right here. So, Thea Bell, you come in from one side. Mrs. Feathers comes in from the other side. The goblins are screeching in fear. I'm trying to remember if anybody speaks goblin here. Let's take a look here. Mrs. Feathers, I want to say that you speak goblin. I don't recall though. Let's see here.
You do.
Thea Bell, I definitely know that you don't speak goblin.
No.
Mrs. Feathers. Let's see here. Mrs. Feathers, you scoundrel. You took a class of goblin that one year. As you walk
I
in,
did.
the goblin's like,
And
Hey,
oh, please,
I
please,
speak
Mrs.
Goblin
Feathers.
too, apparently.
Oh, okay, well, Mrs. Feathers, what were you going to say? Excuse me.
I did. I knew that, and that's why I wanted to speak to the goblins, just to
Let's see.
set the record straight. I didn't know that. So I would like to ask the goblins if they know anything about the missing adventurers.
Yeah, the missing adventurers. Oh, yes, totally. We know everything about them. Get us out of here. We'll take you to them, okay?
I'm not gonna let you go without you giving me an information first.
They're back in our place. We got them all. We got every single missing adventure. They're back in our place.
I don't trust you, Mr. Goblin.
Give me an insight check, please. You definitely trust him.
Okay, well, in that case, how does the group feel about following the goblins or using them to get more information?
I think Thea Bell is the only one in the room with you right now.
Yeah. Should Theobelle roll an insight check to see how she feels about this?
Of course, I would insist.
All right.
These goblins are not entirely telling the truth, but they're not entirely lying.
Right. So I don't know if we should really keep, just sort of befriending every critter we come across. That seems to be like this group's sort of MO thus far, and I don't know if that's really the wisest decision going forward.
Agree. We can move on from them.
I feel like there's like a moment of like a cinematic hard cut as she says that back to Theodore and Virion, like dancing around with Meepo in the corner kind of thing.
Absolutely.
As you're doing this, Meepo screams out, "Help! I don't want to do this!"
Okay, Mrs. Feathers is gonna leave the room with the goblins and just leave them chained up.
Is she, though? Ha ha ha! Yes, I'll go ahead and I'll move Mrs. Feathers out. There you are, Mrs. Feathers. Theobel, there you are. As you leave,
Sorry.
the goblins are like, "Hey, where you going? Hey, come on, we'll help you out. What's going on here?" They kind of rattle the cage a little bit as you leave.
Sorry, my audio cut out right after I finished speaking. Can I just get a brief?
Oh, yes, Mrs. Feathers was like, "Screw this, I'm out," and she just left.
Okay. Cool.
So, any other rooms you'd like to investigate before you go on?
I'm curious what's in this other room here.
You go ahead and you peek in there, and you see 4 kobold guards roasting pieces of dead rat over a fire. They are well armed. They appear to be guards.
Well, all right then.
They look up at you as they, "Oh, hello. Would you like some rat?"
No, thank you, but I appreciate the hospitality nonetheless.
"Oh, no, no problem at all. Tickle corn," they say to you as you leave.
Sure, tickle corn.
They seem a bit relieved that you said tickle corn back to them.
Everybody giggles in unison.
Tickle corn.
Except for the kobolds,
just-
they take it very seriously.
Guys, remember when tickle corn?
Meepo looks at you and says, yeah, I remember." And he looks a bit sad when he says that. He says, "I remember."
That was like, a couple minutes ago, so I would certainly hope we all remember that.
Yes.
Theodore,
Good
ever the student, is like slightly intrigued. He's like, "Meepo, what is tickle cord?"
Oh, it's code word. It's code word we use when we come down here for first time. It was name of one of our great leaders. He let us in here. He died trying to secure space for us from goblins. This is a great sacred place for us. We want to make sure that we are with the dragons when we meet our end. We owe everything to dragons.
Theodore kind of like muses to himself. He's like, the legend of Ticklecorn. Perfect.
A single tear comes down from Meepo's eye, and he looks up bravely. Says, "Yes, the legend of Ticklecorn. Total, just straight stone face. You feel a swelling of pride come from Meepo, one that you did not expect Meepo to have."
Theodore is very pleased.
As you're sitting there talking to Meepo, a kobold comes out from this room that is directly to your right. He has a mug of ale, and he screams out, like, "Hey, we need more rats down here!"
Theodore's intrigued, at least. I don't know if anyone else is, but
Maybe would like to peek inside this room as the door opens.
You peek inside the room, and you see a wondrous feast occurring. This appears, you see beds, you see fires roaring. This appears to be the main dwelling area for all the kobolds, and they are having an uproarious feast.
Theodore is extremely intrigued and is now peeking in the room as well.
So one of the
It's like,
kobolds
"Guys."
sees you and says, "Oh, hey, come on in, we have rat. You want rat? We got tons of rat."
Theodore is slightly less intrigued, but still not like totally turned off by the opportunity of going in there and trying rat. He kind of like looks back at the rest of the group and kind of like points a thumb in there and like gives a smile, like partially directly at Miss Feathers, but also at the rest of the group at large.
Mervyn quietly slinks off to the side.
Right?
Mrs. Feathers covers her navel and turns away.
Oh.
Inspiration point for Mrs. Feathers. Always guard your navel. There is a bit of flavor text here. Let me read it off to you. Several small but smoky fires light this wide and high chamber. Spits, tanning racks, and other implements are visible through the haze. Several small figures busily work and play within the chamber.
Nice. With Mrs. Feather's reaction, Theodore kind of like disappointingly assumes his position near Meepo, ready to go through the door if we're to continue our adventure.
Can I clarify, is assuming the position in front of Meepo or next to Meepo, is that Theodore just kind of giving Meepo an uncomfortable shoulder massage as he's ready to go in?
That could be accurate, just like kind of like one shoulder. It's not both of them. It's just like that. It's like slightly off the like meaty part of the shoulder, more on the bone on the left shoulder, just kind of like,
Gotcha. Meepo he's standing there and he's very uncomfortable. He's like, "Do you want to go?"
Theodore looks around. He's like, well, we'll see what the rest of the group would like to do, but I'm certainly not the person to lead the charge.
I whispered to Meepo that he should protect his navel.
Yes, good advice. The skeptics, Miss Feathers and Theobald, what say you?
Mrs. Feathers is ready to venture down the hallway, especially to get away from all this naval talk.
Yeah, Theobald turns to Mrs. Feathers and in Druidic says, "It's a little weird how often he touches folks, right? Like, that's not just me, that's a little just kind of creepy."
Mrs. Feathers agrees, and a resounding agreement, yes. We should get out of here. That guy makes me a little uncomfortable.
Yeah, that's fair.
Rich nautical tradition of touching belly buttons, yes. So, back down the hallway here, you have a loose stone. Who's going to push the loose stone? If you are going to push the loose stone.
I would happily push a loose stone for Meepo.
All right. Now, as I mentioned before, Meepo just got the fuck out of there because he says, I don't want anything to do with what's back there, but just save my dragon, please. Sorry, I have a hair in my mouth. Ugh.
Sure thing, Meepo. You guard the home front. We'll take care of the goblins for you.
Meepo salutes as he runs away, scared.
I return this salute.
There you go.
Probably incorrectly.
So what we have here, we have a surprise round. Let's go ahead and show you guys what you're surprising right here. You apparently have found the makeshift barracks of... Oh, let me go ahead and reveal instead of just talking about it. Looks like makeshift barracks of some type of goblins. You see 1, 2, 3 of them just kind of casually just hanging around, talking and napping.
Oh, they're like really close.
They sure are.
Yeah.
Wow.
This seems like maybe not the best sort of like boundary situation. Like maybe that's why they're coming into so much conflict.
Entirely possible. Do want to point out there were some dangerous traps right there and some locked doors.
All right.
So let me read you a bit of flavor text here. There we are. The stench, garbage, and carrion here are evidence of years of use by unsanitary tenants. Tattered hides stretched on frames form 6 unstable hammocks around a much-used fire pit. Battered cooking equipment is mixed indiscriminately with broken or worn arms and armor.
Exciting. So, Virian, you're first up at the door, right?
Yeah, would that be up actually in the corridor here?
So let's take this opportunity right now. Everyone click on your tokens, roll for initiative. Again, you have a surprise round, so we're going to let anyone go, whoever wants to go. Let's see.
I'm seeing a thing that says there currently aren't any tokens on this page that take a turn.
Let's go ahead and move you over here. Let's see what's going on with that.
There, it does it now.
Worked fine for me.
Is it the green one?
Maybe.
I apparently am as surprised as the goblins. Or a little bit less, but still pretty surprised.
Nope.
I didn't figure they'd be like right here.
Again, as Theobald said, perhaps that's why there's so much conflict.
I mean, it makes perfect sense when you think about it.
I'm also a little concerned because, like, if they've been there for a while and these kobolds are the ones that came in recently, it sort of seems like maybe the kobolds are the ones in the wrong.
What do you mean we'll look fine? I don't know.
Man, the kobolds are very ready right now.
Okay, so go ahead and we will click on... Why is there an X on Marin?
I am dead.
No, Marin. No, you are not. You are alive.
F in the chat.
You have so much to live for!
Marin and Mrs. Feathers have forgotten how to roll for a turn.
That's perfectly fine. I am your guy. I am here to help you out. What I need you to do is when you click on your token, go to the little newspaper. If you look on the stream, there's a little newspaper at the top. It will be the second column up there. You will click on that. You will click on your name. From there, you will go to character sheet. And then, only then, will you go to where it says initiative on the top middle of your character sheet, and you will click the word initiative.
Oh, there you go.
Wonderful.
Marin's feeling speedy.
Is it Marin or Murin? I want to make sure we're pronouncing it correctly.
Marin.
Marin, yes.
Yes.
There we are. It was a good try there, Miss Feathers. Next time you just need to click on your token before you do that. But I will go ahead and I will add you to the list on here.
If you want to move that easier.
There we are. It's a
Right
16.
click.
We'll go ahead and sort on here. And again, this is a surprise round, which means we're not going by initiative order. But since I believe it was Viren, you are the first one that went in there. You have first whack at these goblins.
Here we go. Here.
Very well. I'm going to go ahead and do a little quarter staffery.
Okay.
And I'm intentionally doing subdual damage.
Okay.
I understand that, but how do I get it?
And I assume 21 hits AC.
21 definitely hits AC. Let's click on that quarterstaff and see some damage, please. Ah, that's some good damage.
8 bonking damage.
Oh, yes. Let's see if that bonking does them in. I believe it does. Let's see here.
That's a big bonk.
It's a heck of bonk.
Heckin'
This is, of
bonk,
course-
all right.
Yes.
This is subdual damage, so I'm not killing him. I'm just knocking him cold.
Okay, he is definitely knocked out cold. Let's say a goblin who was just sitting here. I'm assuming you're hitting the goblin that's closest to you. Yes.
Correct.
Okay, so a little chamber just kind of slits open. This goblin is sitting there laying back. His friends are just sitting there talking and chatting him up. You can't really understand it, but Miss Feathers can understand. They're just saying, like, oh, yeah.
I do speak goblin.
Oh, you do speak goblin. Oh, perfect then. You hear him say, oh, so then I kicked the crap out of the guy, and it was just wonderful. He just started bleeding out of his mouth, and the one that's laying down that you just see as soon as you open it up, he starts to go laughing. He's like, ha, 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 that's really funny. And then you just bash him on the head with the quarterstaff, and he just knocks back out. So he
Are there cartoon birds circling his head is the question.
Let me see if I think I have cartoon birds here. Hang on. No cartoon birds. I do have angels though. Will you accept angels?
I suppose they're close enough to cartoon birds.
Okay. So here's some demonic angels just kind of circling his head. We're going to go ahead and put an X on him just so I know that he's out of commission. Put him to the side. Who's next?
I think it's Marin.
Yes.
Marin, you have a couple goblin friends that are out of range. What will you do to them? You can definitely do a ranged attack from here.
Let's go ahead and pull out my bow, and I'll take a little shot with one of the regular arrows.
Let's go ahead and see that roll. Oh, that's going to connect. Why don't you click on where it says short bow in the chat and let's see some damage. There is no sneak attack damage. That's automatic. I understand that. But you do 6 piercing damage. You definitely have bloodied this goblin up. He seems to be gripping onto life as we speak. Who is next after Marin? And by all means, you are free to move if you want. You and Viren, you can move if you would like.
Next, am I too far away to do anything?
Miss Feathers, oh, you can position yourself up to do something if you'd like.
Okay. Oh. Can I try to do poison spray?
It might be a little far away from poison spray. I believe the range. Let's take a look here. It might be melee range. 10 feet is what you need to be. So you would have to move into the room.
What about ice knife?
Ice Knife will definitely connect. Ice Knife has a decent range on it.
Okay, I'll ice knife.
Which one would you like to knife?
The one in the bottom
Okay, the one
of
that
the
has
room.
not taken any damage, yes?
Yes.
Okay, go ahead and on your character sheet, under where it says attacks, click on Ice Knife. You may be prompted to enter in a level for Ice Knife. Nope, there you are. That is definitely going to connect. Click on where it says Ice Knife in the chat. There you are, okay. So it's a 4 piercing damage on there. And then that's going to split off in each creature within 5 feet, which I believe that will count for our little friend here. Yes, we'll make that count. It's about 5 feet right there. He's going to need to make a dexterity saving throw. He does not succeed. So, you fling an ice knife into this one goblin down here. The knife shatters against the skin, and the shards, they pierce out, and they end up killing this one up here. He is dead.
Boom.
Theodore or Theobel? Ah.
1 second. I have real bad allergies, so I need to clear my
As
throat.
someone suffering from coronavirus, I feel your pain.
I can go first to give you a second if you want.
Yes. I'm quite allergic to the corona.
Theodore, seeing all this happen, is typically not one to jump to violence immediately. Is like, maybe they're nice goblins, and he readies a firebolt. If the last remaining goblin makes an aggressive action towards someone, he will throw the firebolt.
Wonderful, wonderful.
I do have a question.
Absolutely.
Because I've known DMs to do this very differently. Is it possible to do non-lethal damage using magic?
What kind of spell?
In terms of like pool of magic or
Let's say it like this. If you were trying to disintegrate someone, I would say no. That's non-lethal.
right.
If you were trying to
Right.
fireball someone, no. Now, what we have an example right here is if you were, say, you wanted to thorn whip someone and strangle them until they pass out. We could work with
Yes.
that.
That's exactly what I would like to do.
Yeah, by all means.
Okay. All right. So, Thorn Whip. Come on. There we go.
We believe in you, Thornwhip.
18 hit AC.
That will definitely connect. Let's see
Okay.
some damage if you do the deed.
Yep.
You have
4 piercing.
strangled him unconscious. He is now passed out on the floor.
Perfect.
We'll go ahead and we'll put some little angels around him so we know that he's still alive.
I think we should probably tie these 2 live ones up before we leave them here.
That does seem like a good idea.
Yeah, I would agree.
Anyone good with like a rope and knots and things like that?
No judgment, you know.
You know, some people they have needs. You know, nobody's
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
nobody's against that. You know, some people have needs 24/7. You know, I've read some articles. I won't lie.
I may be a monk, but I do not kink shame.
That's right. No kink shaming here. None. Now, here's the question: is anyone willing to give up their hempen rope for this?
I mean, I assume we can get more rope fairly readily.
Marin moves forward to tie them up.
Marin, give me a survival check, please. You tie them up. The knots are a bit loose when you do it, but you tie them up.
Can I also attempt to loot them while I was tying them up?
I'm sorry, repeat that one more time.
Can I check them for sweet loot while I was tying them up?
I'd say that you probably did the best job you can. Now, if anybody wants to check on your work, that's another story.
No, he was asking if he could check the two that he tied up for loot.
Oh, for loot. Oh, I thought you were saying for the loop. I'd misunderstood. Absolutely. Let's loot the goblins. So let's go ahead. I have a handy dandy loot table here for goblins. So, Baron, what I'm going to need you to do is I need you to roll a 1d12, please. If you need the command for that, it is \roll space 1d12. Or you're welcome to use the dice that are on the side right here. Okay, well, you find... a jar of pickled toes, a common goblin delicacy. Now, you don't know what kind of toes they are, but Creepy Goblin is very excited about them. He's announcing them in the chat. But they are yours. They should provide you some sustenance should you become desperate enough to eat them.
Tasty.
Yes.
I mean, they're better than pickled thumbs, certainly.
That's true, that's true. Anybody else want to loot any of the goblins?
Sure, why not?
Alright, roll a 1d12 for me, please. Let's see what you've got.
11.
11. Why, it's a glowing pheasant carcass. You don't know why it's glowing, but it's glowing.
They just had a pheasant carcass in their
I mean,
pocket?
food is food, they could be using it as some kind of, age enhancer of some kind or something for their skin. It's hard to keep this up.
I don't know why, but the fact that it's a glowing pheasant just seems so ominous to me right now.
Right. Might be nearby a landfill. You don't know.
Or like Chernobyl or something.
Oh, yes. One
I
more.
do feel like
Sorry, go ahead.
I do feel like Theobald would some type of like spooky jewelry idea in mind for this, so I will keep it.
Well, she's got it. We have one last goblin. Anyone want to loot it?
Feathers will loot it.
Let's see a 1d12, Miss Feathers. Another glowing pheasant carcass. How wonderful!
What are the odds?
Well, 1 out of 12, apparently. So, this is Feathers, the Theobald, proud owners of glowing pheasant carcass. You show it off as perhaps Marin enjoys a pickled toe, eh? Yes?
We can make like druidic friendship bracelets out of the bones if you want.
Yes.
Wonderful, wonderful. So, where to now? We have tied up one goblin. How about another goblin?
I'd be happy to tie up the other goblin.
Give me a survival check, please.
Apparently, I'm not trying very hard.
You tie it up as good as Marin ties it up. So, tied up
looks
goblins.
fine, doesn't it?
Yes, please talk amongst yourselves, yes. As you do so, I shall consult the orb. Yes, wonderful.
What secrets does it impart to you?
Who knows?
the orb of mystery.
That's right. Ooh. So, if there is no other discussion of tying up the goblins, where to next?
Is that a doorway at the
In-
top of the room?
Indeed, it is.
I think we should check it out, you guys.
Yeah, can I listen at it first?
Yes, let me see what you can find behind that doorway.
I'm still wondering where you get a glowing pheasant carcass from. Like, is there a store?
FantasyAmazon.com.
Ah, as opposed to fantasywish.com.
That's right. That's where the pickled toes came from. Yes.
That explains so much.
So you don't really hear anything out there, Theobel.
Alright. I don't hear anything.
You do see a light glow out there. It seems like there's some torches out there. You can see a light emanating from underneath the doorway. So
Sure.
go ahead and reveal this for you. Let's see here. Several torches mounted in crude sconces burn fitfully around the chamber, filling the air with a haze. A double row of marble columns carved with intertwining dragons runs the length of the hall. And what you see here, you have 1, 2, 3, 4 doorways here.
Right, so it's a bunch of doors, y'all.
That's right. It's like a game show. Go ahead and make these doors a little bit more visible to you.
Is this gonna be one of those funny bits where we go through, like, the door on the left and we come out through, like, the center door on the other side of the hallway?
I mean, it is now.
I feel like that only really works if you're being chased by a guy disguised as a ghost or something.
There's a lot of real weird, like, vaguely 1970s pop music knockoffs playing.
Absolutely. Maybe a little Benny Hill music.
Yeah.
This is Feathers. Can I listen to the first door? This one? Right here?
Which
It's
one?
not
Right here? One
that
that I'm
one.
pinging? Yes, absolutely. Listen. You hear... Let's roll a perception check.
I hear my internet being slow. Hang on.
You hear nothing. You hear your own heart beating. You hear nothing at all.
Okay. Well, can I also listen to the middle door?
Indeed, you can. See our perception check. Or see one, rather. You hear
Nice.
even more nothing.
Would anyone else like to take a stab at the last door?
I can if no one else objects.
There's 2 other doors. Just want to point that out.
Yep, the last door on that top wall.
Okay?
Alright. 13.
You hear a loud din come from in there. Sounds like something is very large and very rustling around in there. And
There.
sorry, go ahead.
Oh, I was just gonna tell the party there's definitely movement beyond this door here.
I would also like to say, congratulations, everyone! Welcome to level 2!
Oh,
Hooray!
Da-da-da.
cool.
So before we move on, because I love you all so much, we're gonna do a little bit of leveling up.
Hooray.
Hooray. So, there are some veteran players here that already know how to level up. We'll let them go ahead and do that. You are welcome to use the Character Mancer. Like I told you, I have invested quite a bit of money in Roll20, so I have lots of books at your disposal in there. So feel free to level up as you see fit. Alexei, I will be happy to help you in your journey of leveling up.
Yes.
So, we're going to go ahead and start with Marin. Marin, you are the easiest one to level up right now. Let's go ahead and take a look here. Are you? So, Marin, I'm going to go ahead and share your character sheet on the stream. This is Marin, everyone. Look at that stout little gentleman. Like a jaunty, homicidal Santa Claus you are, yes.
What a handsome lad.
Indeed. Look at the little bootaloons there, yes. So, Marin, hopefully you're watching the Twitch stream right now. If not, I'll tell you exactly where I'm going to go for you, so you don't have to do anything at all right here. But on your character sheet, there's a little gear on the top right. We click on that, and we go down to the bottom right. It says Launch Level plus Character Mancer. So we click on that, and then we're going to click Next. Now, Marin, here's a question for you. Would you like to take your chances and roll to increase your hit points? Or would you like to take the average of an increase of 5 hit points? Your decision, sir.
Oof.
Let Zan show you why sometimes it's better to take the average.
I will take the I'll take the average with this one.
Well thought, sir. I take the average constantly. Yes, so you get an extra 5 hit points. And welcome to level 2 for Rogue. You have a skill called Cunning Action. Starting at 2nd level, your quick thinking and agility allow you to move and act quickly. You can take a bonus action on each of your turns in combat. This action can be used only to take a dash, disengage, or hide action. So, perfect example of when you would like to use this. Say you are in the middle of a scrap with someone and you want to stab them and then you want to get away without them hitting you. So you would take a attack action and then you would take disengage and you would dip out. Or alternatively, say you want to run into battle and you want to go use double your movement speed. I believe your movement speed is only 30 or might even be 25 since you're a gnome. So you run in, and you could run an extra 25 or 30 feet, a maximum of 50 or 60 feet, to attack someone. Or say you want to hide. Say you're trying to shoot somebody with an arrow, and you're from a distance, and you want to hit them, and then you don't want them to see you. So you can attack, and then you can move, and then you can hide somewhere. You understand?
Yes.
Perfect. So, that is done for Marin. Martial class is so easy. Speaking of, let's see here. Did I get those hit points correct? I think I'm missing some. No, you were right on there. Let's take a look at the Twitch stream. Oh, I'm going to have to update your hit points on the Twitch stream. 1 second here. Enable draw mode. And we're going to go ahead and put, let's see, 13. No, that looks like shit. Don't worry. I'll know. Miss Feathers. Is it Miss Feathers or Mrs. Feathers right now? It changed recently.
A married person.
You're a married person this time. All right, Mrs. Feathers. Yours will be a bit more complex.
Okay.
So, welcome to level 2. This is where druids begin to start really kicking ass. So, let me go ahead and put you over on the stream so we can all see. Hello, everyone. This is Mrs. Feathers. Would you like to roll for your hit points or take the average? I believe you cut out right there, so I can't really hear what you're saying. Or did I cut out?
It was her.
It was her. Okay.
Hear me now?
I can hear you now.
Okay. I'm gonna roll.
All right. I'm feeling lucky. Ready, set, here we go. You got a 7. No, wait, hold on. What did I do right there? Did I do that? No, you rolled. You got a 7, so you get a 7. You're doing it for yourself. Okay, perfect. So, now, here's the real question. What circle would you like to take? Did you need me to describe the circles to you? It seems like you wanted to do more things with animals, yes?
Yes.
I believe Circle of Shepherd. I believe that was the one that we thought would be best for you. Let me double check on that.
Yeah, Circle of Shepherds is the one where you like summon animal spirits and stuff.
Yes, I would like that one. I don't even need to hear about it.
Wonderful. Wonderful. So let me tell you a few of the benefits of that. We'll see that as we go through. So, Circle of Shepherd. You get 2 subclass features called Speech of the Woods and Spirit Totem. On top of that, you have 2 additional abilities called Wild Shape and Wild Companion. So, Wild Shape, you can turn into animals, or they have an alternative rule where you can summon a wild companion. And for the sake of this spell, the animal, it's almost as if like you're summoning a familiar. But for the sake of this spell, the familiar will be a fae instead of a beast. Just so you know for classes. So think of it like more like a magical fairy animal instead of an actual animal.
Okay, so like a magical sheep fairy animal.
Exactly. If you would like to conjure a sheep, absolutely.
Yes, okay.
Additionally, you gain Speech of the Woods, which allows you to converse with animals and many fey creatures. You can also speak, read, and write in Sylvan, which is the language of the fey folk. Additionally, beasts can understand your speech, and you gain the ability to decipher their noises and motions. Most beasts lack the intelligence to convey or understand sophisticated concepts, but a friendly beast could relay what it has seen or heard in the recent past. This ability doesn't grant you friendship with beasts, though you can combine this ability with your gifts to curry favor with them as you would with any non-player character. So you would have to negotiate with them. Say you want to impress an animal, you could do some type of performance check or a persuasion check in conjunction with this ability. And finally, on here, you have Spirit Totem. You can call forth nature spirits to influence the world around you. As a bonus action, you can magically summon an incorporeal spirit to a point you can see within 60 feet of you. The spirit creates an aura in a 30-foot radius around that point. It counts as neither a creature nor an object, though it has a spectral appearance of the creature it represents. As a bonus action, you can move the spirit up to 60 feet to a point you can see. The spirit persists for 1 minute or until you're incapacitated. Once you use this feature, you can't use it again until you finish a short or long rest. So no other spirit totems after a quick nappy poo. The effect of the spirit's aura depends on the type of spirit you summon. You have 3 options: a bear spirit, a hawk spirit, and a unicorn spirit. I will let you read those at your leisure. I'm not going to go through those right now, but I will send you a link. Let's just say they each have their own benefits. And finally on here, you get a new spell. Let's see here. I believe you can, yes, you can add one more level 1 spell. So we have a number of options here. I'm not sure what direction you'd like to go in. Would you like to do more damage? Would you like to be able to heal more? Perhaps do something that will be a bit more beneficial to not exact damage, but maybe create a fog cloud, or maybe charm a person or entangle them. There's a list on here if you want to take a look.
I want to do detect poison and disease.
That's the one you would like to pick? Or would you like
Yeah.
more information?
I'm just gonna go for it and just go with my gut.
Sounds good. All right, to detect poison and disease is at your disposal now. We're going to apply the changes. Okay. So, druids, whether you are wild shaping or wild companioning, just let me know which animal you decide to use in that moment. There will be limitations. Alex, I'm going to go ahead and send you a list of animals you can change into.
I actually wouldn't mind a copy of that if you have a better one than I do as well, because mine is kind of like challenging to use.
Absolutely. I look at the what is it? The RPG bot. Which circle did you take, Theobel?
Moon.
Moon. Okay, so you, I believe that's, was that level? It's CR1 now that you can use. Is that correct?
Correct. Yes.
Okay. Yeah, this is pretty decent on here. RPG bot is always pretty good. I'm going to go ahead and put this in the chat for everyone.
Lovely, thank you.
No problem at all. So, Alex, what I mentioned by Circle of Moon and the cap on there is Theobel can, they have challenge ratings for different animals you can use. You are limited to, I believe, let me see, I believe it is it a fourth?
Quarter, I think?
Quarter, yes.
I think it's a quarter, yeah.
So basically anything that is a quarter or less, you can wild shape into. While Theobel, since she took Circle of the Moon, she can do a challenge rating of 1 or lower at this point. So take a look at that list, see the animals that are on there. The exception to this, of course, is you cannot do any flying animals right now. Flying,
Or
flying
swimming.
and swimming, yes, correct.
Like a giant, because that's under the CR 1/4.
A giant what?
Bat?
A giant bat, yes, you cannot change into a giant bat.
No flying.
No flying.
Yes.
Oh, okay. Hang on.
Can Mrs. Feathers normally fly, though?
That is true, she can.
Being an owl person, so you just couldn't transform into something else that could also fly. Oh, what if you just transformed into an actual owl?
There is giant owl on there.
Whoa.
I was going to mention that.
It's like,
We
how would we know?
I do know the age group. So go ahead, please. Yes.
We actually, in another campaign that I play in, had a person polymorph into a hairless ape. And we were like, isn't that just... But...
Man, yes.
Yeah.
A person, but with extra steps.
Yeah,
like
basically.
Exactly. So let me go ahead and see if I can fix these health points on here real quick. I don't think I can. But whatever, I can see it and I will fix it for next time. How are the rest of you doing? Everybody ready to go? Anybody need a break?
I think
I'm
not sure. I might have screwed up my health points because I had to redo my level up once, and it gave me the +1. I don't remember what I was at originally, but I subtracted 1 from wherever I was at the second time I leveled up.
Let me take a look at Theodore. Let me judge him. Let's see here. So you were at, luckily I have this all written down here, you were at 8. 8 HP.
Okay, I was close, but not quite there. All right, I'll fix that to 9 then. I was so sad that I rolled a 1, but honestly, that is like the most in-character roll I could have had for Theodore, I think.
Definitely perfect on there, yes.
Creepy cute.
I just took the average, for the record.
Okay.
Yeah, I did the same.
Wanted to be upfront in case there was any confusion.
That's fine.
I am going to step away for like 1/2 second, but I'll be here if you guys want to continue on. I'll be back in just a second.
Let's, how about everyone, let's take a 5. Take a 5, we'll come back.
Sounds good.
All right.
Just sit here.
I'm super looking forward to punching a fool.
That's fair. I'm looking up animal stats.
Flurry of blows.